and opportunity. Irrespective of your political, social, or ethnic background, vote Cummings and Bromstein for a better economy where the nation's wealth will be.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Generation. It's going to be, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And so we're going to be coming on shortly, waiting for our host to join us, Mr. Monique Kishan. This is the General Show, which comes on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But now, from today going about, will be on every Monday because we have a schedule. And other team members of the Cummings and the CPP will be here the rest of the 2 days. That is Wednesday and Friday. And so, welcome. Keep listening. Let's bring Mr. Kishan on, who is the host of the show, the General. Trying to get in touch with him. So keep listening.
You can get me there. You hear me?
Okay, Mr. Kishan, are you there?
I'm okay. You hear me?
Are you there, Mr. Kishan?
Yes. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Hello?
You can hear me?
Okay, folks, keep listening to us. We are trying to get in touch with the General way out there. Mr. Kishan, are you there? Good afternoon.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There is so.
To vote and choose new leaders to govern the nation. And one name that stands out among the rest is Alexander Benedict Cummings. Statesman of national and international integrity, national standard bearer, and first partisan of the collaborating political parties, CPP. Alexander Benedict Cummings and Councillor Charlie Bromstein, President and Vice President for a better Liberia. For massive and
you can hear me? Yeah, you can hear me?
We hear you. I think I have to. I know you.
Yeah, okay. But, all right, let me check again because I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Okay.
For a genuine enforcement and implementation of a sound Liberianization policy that sets aside businesses exclusively for Liberians. Cummings and
you can hear me?
For improved and better health care, better quality education, and better care for retired and old people. For Cummings and Bromstein for support through loans to farmers for increase in food production for the nation. For Cummings and Bromstein for a better judiciary and genuine enforcement.
Hello.
And Bromstein for a better economy.
Okay, folks. Good afternoon again, Mr. Kishan. Are you there? General, are you there?
I can hear you, but I don't know why you're not hearing me. I can hear you. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Hello, you can hear me?
Hello?
You can hear me?
No, maybe they're coming for the mess.
I don't know if I can shut my computer because I hear you loud and clear, but you're not hearing me. I don't know what's going on. I can hear you loud and clear, but it looks like you're not hearing me. I don't know. Maybe I might shed. Okay, let me see something here. Let me try one more. Testing 1 2. I can see. You hear me now?
I hear you through the phone, but I hear you through the stuff.
Mute your phone or put your phone for your ear.
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah, you're loud and clear. You're loud.
Oh, okay, thank you. I got to use the other microphone, so I just wanted using this earphone. Yeah, good afternoon, Melbourne, and good afternoon. Are we on live now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
You're loud.
thank you, Siddiqui. Thanks, guys. Those of you who listen to us, and good morning to the station. Good afternoon to the station, and good afternoon to my Liberian people. How are you? We got a few days to go. We got 22 days to go to this election. We pray and hope that we'll have a peaceful election. And don't forget, we need no invalid vote. We don't want you to vote invalid. So please, we stay encouraging you. Please do not put too much ink on your finger if you want to use your fingerprint, your thumb. Make sure you do the X, you mark the box. You put a little X in the box or the check mark. And do not mark nobody's face. If you don't want Mr. Cummings, don't damage his face. If you don't want Mr. Weir or Mr. Boaka, don't damage their faces. Just make sure you vote right, at least so that we check your ballot. I know we are all discouraged. We said politicians have fooled us a long time and they continue to fool us. But please do not be carried away. We'll continue to tell you, the young people, the patriotic Liberians, popularity, crowd, and whatsoever will not put food on your table. I know some of you people saw the last 12 years and y'all have seen this 6 years. And we'll stand by it. There's only one man in this race that's telling us what we can do as a nation, and this is his platform. We'll be honest with you, I got no reason of lying to you. I got no reason of wasting my time. But because we love our country, Liberia, that is why we're taking our time to explain to you. Whatever we sow and reap, and whatever we sow is what we reap. If you go on a farm and you put pepper seed, that the pepper you get. You can't put pepper seed and then you get bitter ball. So my Liberian people, this election, vote for Liberia. Vote for your children. Vote for education. Vote for good jobs. You're not living in the houses. Your eating bowl, the Liberian man say, my eating bowl not in your house. Your eating bowl is not in George Weah's house. Your eating bowl is not in Mr. Cummings' house either. It's not in Mr. Boaka's house. But just vote for Liberia and ask yourself the question, amongst these three people, who can create job? Who been saying it? Listen, don't let nobody come and lie to you. I listen to some people telling me that, oh, Mr. Cummings and Mr. Weir signed contract. That's a lie. That's a big black lie. Mr. Cummings got no reason of signing a contract with Mr. Weir that, oh, I will support Mr. Weir. No. Mr. Weir and the CDC must go. These two parties, they are not good for us. And stop saying at least, at least. You can't say at least. You got to move forward. My Liberian people, you got an option. You got a past, you got a present, and you got a future. Nobody want to go to the past, especially when the past was not too good. Not because yesterday you used to get 5 cents and today you try to vote for change and the 5 cents you got yesterday was not correct. Try and move forward. The future is ahead of you. You graduating from college. Then you say you won't go back to the past. Then go back to 10th grade now. Don't go back to the past. We get two parties in Liberia, my people. We got plenty of good Liberians who running for president. Mr. Cummings is the only one who going around. I know you can understand the other campaign right now. Oh, we get T-shirt. Oh, we get the other one. T-shirt can put food on your table. I know plenty of ANC people or the C people who get George Weah T-shirt and Joseph Boaka T-shirt. I know plenty of George Weah people who got the ANC T-shirt. I know T-shirt are close in Liberia. We know that one. But T-shirt can put food on your table. Don't be a hero. Don't start acting like, oh, I just love the man. What about your life? What about your future? You don't have a job. For the last 5 years, you don't have a job. Then why will you be singing behind somebody when they don't even have any idea? Nothing to give you. We don't have no security, no hospital. Mr. Cummings is saying that we pay living wage. The people that are doing the work must get paid. Mr. Cummings said, I will fight corruption. Mr. Cummings said, I will invest in the youth. The youth are the precious jewel of Liberia. In the next 15 to 20 years, the youth should be in charge of Liberia. But we need somebody that would lead the youth into the 21st century. You got Mr. Cummings who going all around the country. There is nothing they can tell you about Mr. Cummings. They will say, oh, that man just coming. How can you say Mr. Cummings just coming? Mr. Cummings retired. Mr. Cummings now going to look for a job again. Mr. Cummings, let me say this, and we're going to be honest to each other here. We'll play the hard ball here. If you refuse and you say, I don't want Mr. Cummings, you're not hurting Mr. Cummings' feeling. We're hurting our own feelings. Mr. Cummings will not suffer. These other people there will not suffer. Mr. Cummings' grandchildren will not suffer. Mr. Cummings said, God bless me. I'm in Liberia. I will die in Liberia. They will bury me in Liberia. But every day when you ask the other person, oh, they said the man good, but the man just coming. Hey, let's just give Mr. Weir the last time. Oh, let's just give the papi small time because the papi was there for 12 years. My Liberian people, every day we talk about numbers. How many people in our numbers they get good life today? Please vote for your children. Please vote for your future. Whatever are the only power you got right now in the Constitution. Ask yourself the question, for the last 5 years, which one of them come to you? You can't hear them on radio telling you what they will do. You got to tell the person what you will do. And you need to ask the question, what will you do when we elect you as president? What have you done as a president? What have you done for the last 12 years? It's a fair game. The people say, well, we're not attack George Weah, but we're not attack UP. We're not attacking them. We're only putting a record on the table. And the first test between CPP and UP was in the CPP. Mr. Cummings was chairman for the CPP. Mr. Cummings did excellent. Mr. Bwaka became chairman for the CPP. He left the CPP. The wonderful CPP that George Weah was so afraid of, Mr. Bwaka chose to leave. He abandoned the CPP. He said, and now one day Mr. Bwaka asked Mr. Cummings, I challenge anyone. Mr. Bwaka never asked Mr. Cummings one day, so please be my vice president. Nobody run for vice president. Let me tell you today. The same way Mr. Bwaka went to Mr. Kuhn and said, please join me and be my vice president. He never did it. Mr. Gonglo, either Gonglo tried, he never did it. But then we're sitting here today, we're looking at good Liberians. And then you say the stranger. The general, you telling me that your child left from Lofa County, came to Monrovia, went to school, go back to Lofa County, and you say the child is stranger. Or because your child can't speak the dialect, you say your child is stranger. But you expect your child to help you. But because your child can't speak the dialect, you show the child how to speak the dialect, then you say, oh, the men are not real Bassa man, or the men are not real and Loma man. My Liberian people, you let's stop it. Y'all know we don't teach our children how to speak dialect. I can understand Grobo. I can say hello and whatsoever in Grobo. But it mean that my mom taught me how to speak Grobo. Because every day they used to tell us, leave from here, go this way, go that way. They never put it in Grobo. They got to put I can speak it. But we are Liberians, and that is where we're coming from. So my people, Liberia first. The only men that can bring us together, that don't look at you, whether you pele, you grill, you mano, you crew, you cry, that Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings never asked you, say, join my party before you support me. Mr. Cummings said we can do it together. We can come together. We can go on the tent. And it is the right of the government to make sure that every Liberian qualified to get a job. You don't have to get a BSc. You don't have to get whatsoever. But you can be a technician or technical man. By this time, we're supposed to get our Zogos and some of them mechanic, some of them carpenter. Mr. Cummings is the only one that telling us what he would do and how he would do it. Mr. Cummings is the only one that said, I will fight corruption. I can't hear it from George Weah mouth. And that corruption put us in the thing today that we get no good schools, no good hospital. We know the record for UP and we know the record for CDC. They're two parties not good for Liberia. To the independent voters, we're begging you. To the independent voters, there are people who sit down and say, me, I will not even talk, I know who I will vote for. We want a better country. We need a better country. The international community are laughing at us. Why we continue to choose wrong? Today, the same people yesterday that we told them said they were corrupt, we see them going one side. We hear people in the street, you kill my man, you kill my pa, I will vote for you. You know book, I will vote for you. You in a grave, you walk in, I will vote for you. Man, Liberian people, why are we cursing ourselves? Why are we doing this to ourselves? You got one vote. I got one vote. Mr. Cummings, one vote. Mr. We have one vote. They are not important than you. You are the most important person. They're supposed to work in your favor. But look at our government officials today. Every one of them rich. Which are the business they not do? Which are the business? Then we continue to blame one man. Oh, Mr. Cummings were in Coca-Cola. He ain't going to refugee camp. Mr. Cummings started working with Coca-Cola in 1997. At that time, we just had the first election and Charles Taylor was president. He himself was struggling. Imagine 1997. Mr. Cummings never sent us in refugee camp. So my question to you, since we were in refugee camp, Mr. Boyka was vice president for 12 years. Mr. Boyka ever went in a refugee camp to go talk to the Liberian people and say, your Cameroon and the UP government will give us more money to do something? Mr. Boyka ever taught on the refugees? But when we said that, we said, oh, Mr. Cummings never went to the refugee camp. The men were in Nigeria in 1997. Charles Taylor was president at the time they got his first job. So that Mr. Cummings is supposed to go in a refugee camp and give you money when Mr. Cummings never sent us in a refugee camp. Nobody sent us in a refugee camp. Boyka ain't sent us there. But let us be fair to each other now. Why are we doing this to ourselves? It's not how long you serve in government. It's how well you serve. But when we're talking about that, they say, oh, don't talk about UP. Just talk about Mr. Weir. When you talk about UP, then you promoting UP. Oh, so Mr. Weir, Mr. UP too promoting Mr. Weir, because every day they talk about Mr. Weir, then Mr. Weir too promoting UP. And they say we ain't nobody. They're trying to make the election, they're trying to confuse you. They bring all kinds of things. But you know the truth this time around. We're not in 2017, we're not in 2011. You know the real truth. They can bring all the people, we know they register, that only 2.4 million plus people register. But today they're not posted they brought in 3 million, they're not posted they got 4 million people outside. So how many million people get in Liberia now? They say we got 5.2. But another man say he brought 3. The other man say he got 3 million. Then with more than 6 million in the country, y'all stop lying to us. Liberian people, me are telling you the truth. The truth, I know it get high. But this time around, we always suffer if we make mistake. You say, oh, if I knew, yeah, this man, yeah, Mr. Cummings is a good man. Mr. Cummings is a good man. He can change it. But let Mr. Cummings just wait. Wait for what? Mr. Cummings know how long he's going to live for. The change is now. If you say you want to wait for 6 years, if you're 25 years or you'll be 31 years or you'll still be the same. If you say you want to wait for another 6 years, you will stay, your age will increase. Then why can't you just go back? Go back to 9th grade. Go back to 10th grade. But Liberian people are suffering. Our people are suffering. No job. And you get one candidate who telling you, this is what we can do. We will invest in education. We will train our teachers. We will invest in agriculture. We will make sure we encourage investors to come here. We need electricity in this country. When you get electricity, you will get jobs. You will get a good hospital. You will get everything corrupt. We want electricity that will benefit us economically. We want satellite and solar panel light in front of the house on the street, and then the business people got to pay for generator. Then you will pay the money. Mr. Cummings said we'll do the short term and we'll do the long term. Mr. Cummings said we got to invest in the youth. That when you leave job, we got to bring back the vacation job. We got to make sure when our children leave from school when they're on vacation, they can go and do small vacation job. By the time 3 months over, they get like $200-300 to buy the uniform. Today they say, oh, we pay WIAC fee. I want my partner taking pay, so they got to pay WIAC fee. That's not the president money. All the president, not the president money. President Weir did nothing for us. Only play football. And I would say today to truth, President Weir only play football for us. He never did nothing for Liberia. Playing football and going with the United Nations to come and disarm, he still did nothing. He never put one well down. He never feed the children. He never did anything. So we let us stop lying. But we blaming one man. Oh, you work with Coca-Cola. Your 1994, Mr. Cummings came to Liberia with partners and went to Buchanan and gave Buchanan $350,000 worth of medication. It's on record. 2004. At that time, he was not running for president. He came with Coca-Cola and gave Liberian government $1 million for Ebola. He was not running for president. He was not running for president. You go to Nima County to the end. Prince Johnson built a university. When Mr. Cummings built the community college, a government institution, the engineering department built by Mr. Cummings. You go to BWR today, the generator that BWR is using and enjoying can light up the entire Kakata was given by Mr. Cummings. Mr. Bwaka never gave generator. Mr. Weir never gave generator. Mr. Cummings got students in all the private institutions going to school. Mr. Cummings paid $25,000 every year to the Alex Cummings Academy for scholarship. What you want him to do? He's a philanthropist. Listen, we don't vote for him. He will do humanitarian work, but he can't help everybody. Oh, why Mr. Cummings can't open companies? Mr. Cummings got companies in Liberia. Mr. Cummings got people working for him. He cannot employ everybody. If you are looking for somebody who's supposed to open company, then you make them president, then why you vote for Bernard Ure? Or why you go vote for Oscar Cooper? Because people get logging company, they get logging a rubber company, they got BB company. And my Liberian people, we get two parties. You saw the work of UP and you look at the work of CDC. Even if we don't want CDC, let's be honest now, we don't want CDC. Why we should bring UP back to power? What UP did for us for the last 12 years? The first term was okay. The last term was corruption. People, most of them, you see, they won't come back today from UP. Most of them, some of them are making $8,000 every month. I know some of my friends that were working in the UP government who miss it. They say, hey, I used to make $8,000 or $10,000 every month. They can't make it anymore. They were just giving the money to a certain group of people. We all complain. We complain. Then you say, at least, so you like to suffer? You want to tell me God make us to suffer too now? Look, this is a hardball. We got 22 days to go. If you don't make up your mind, we will suffer. The international community will laugh at us. They're going and lying to you. Oh, the American people want Mr. Bwaka. Lie. American people got nothing to do with us. They got nothing to do with us. Let us be honest here to ourselves. Look around. Mr. Cummings is the only man who now answer all the questions until no journalist can ask him question again. But Mr. Bwaka never answer question. Mr. Weir never answer question. They can't tell us what they will do. They say, oh, Jack give it to me. When you give it to me, then I will do it. But you got somebody. You don't know Mr. Cummings. Jack, your team, Mr. Weir, a celebrity. Your team, Mr. Weir, play football. I will tell the real truth today. Whether you like it, you don't like it, and the truth. You wish your child, I wish my son will be more than Mr. Cummings or will be like Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings is a philanthropist, he's an entrepreneur, celebrity. Just imagine your Liberian man, a poor man from that were born in Liberia, went to demonstration. The way people respect this man. This man went to the highest Coca-Cola. Do you know the Coca-Cola? You think that the sugar water that you're drinking? This man was responsible for strategic, legal, and finance. That he own an era where people respect this man. This man on a lot of boards. Then I know some of this man. 3 things you should notice about Mr. Cummings today. He's honest. He will tell you the truth that my government, if you come there to see, forget it. Don't waste your time because we will prosecute you. He said, integrity. He respect every individual. Now one day, Mr. Cummings yelled at his driver. Now one day, I saw Mr. Cummings yelling at anybody. When you make mistake, Mr. Cummings will correct you in a different way and make you feel good. He know how to look for talent. But some of the leaders, they don't want you to be more than that. Mr. Cummings is not the smartest man, but he got his own era too. Mr. Cummings do not move by anybody. He will listen to you and he will take the good ones. But he will not just listen to you and think that, oh yeah, Mr. Cummings do that, he do it. We're looking for somebody who loves Liberians. Don't tell me, I love the country, but your people suffering. Oh, President, we are getting Liberia at heart. But people in front of him die and suffering every day. So what you want? What do you want? Let me leave this way before I go to Sidiki. Most of you are saying, oh, how Mr. Cummings will make it to the second round. We will make it to the second round. But this is what I want to ask you today. If you believe in yourself, Mr. Cummings got everything to make Liberia a better place. If you believe in yourself, you don't got nothing to lose. vote for Mr. Cummings in the first round. If Mr. Cummings don't make it to the second round, you stay lose nothing, you can vote in the second round. So my Liberian people, I'm asking you, if you believe in yourself, whether you're from UP, you're from CDC, and you know that Mr. Cummings can make it, all you need to do is to clear yourself, your conscience, let you live for yourself. If you vote for Mr. Cummings and he don't make it to the first round, then you still get a chance to vote for somebody in the second round. But you can't tell me Mr. Cummings can make it. Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that honest man, but he ain't get a number, but I like the man. No, that means you don't like yourself. You don't like yourself. Mr. Cummings will not come to you and give you that money to vote for yourself. But people, let me be honest with you. I will yes say I will not come to you. I will be in Liberia. The next time you hear me on radio, I will be in Liberia next week. So the next time you hear me on radio, I'm in Liberia on Monday. So I will not come to you. I will campaign. I will talk to you. I will come in your community. But trust me, I will not give you 5 cents to vote for yourself. I will tell you just how it is. We always suffer it if we make mistake. I will not give you 5 cents. Say, oh, let's small the thing, go vote. You on your own. If you don't think this time around, you are on your own. We always suffer. They said, water dry, fish eat fish. If we make mistake in this election, the two parties can give us nothing. The two parties, I get plenty of friends. I get relatives in the two party. I get my brother supporting the other party, but I will tell you, they ain't got nothing to do with family. Ain't got nothing to do with family. We said it before. I said, President, we will not do nothing good. And he never did anything good. Then we got UP coming there. Oh, let's go back to UP. At least UP, the people used to steal, but they were not stealing plenty. My people road a road. You took 5 cents, they don't take 10 cents. Road a road. So I'm telling you, we will campaign, but we're not paying you for you to vote. If you won't get paid, join me and go campaign. If you want us to give you small thing, join me and go campaign. But if you think I will come to you and say vote for Mr. Cummings, then when I finish talking, then I take my money and give it to you. Trust me, it will not happen. I will be honest with you, I'm not fooling you. If that the t-shirt you're waiting for, you won't wear the t-shirt before you go in the street to campaign, then you waste your time, because how long you wear the t-shirt for? You wear the t-shirt, it's dirty today, you got to wash it tomorrow. T-shirt can't put food on your table. Please, I beg you, I hold your foot. The country here, we got to save Liberia. We got to bring the good people in. We got plenty of good people sitting outside. They're scared to come, because when they come there, you call them stranger. Why are you calling them stranger? To my Grand Bassa people, Charlene Bronskin is your daughter. You got your daughter as running as vice president. In the next 12 years, she will be the next president. Grand Bassa, that's your daughter. Not because she can't speak Bassa. Listen, her pa never taught her how to speak Bassa, but she's your daughter. Everything she's doing is for Grand Bassa County. So Grand Bassa will respect the Bassa people. Today, Mr. Bwaka can speak Bassa. Then Yombli, who not running for president, she turned against her own party. They don't turn against their own party. Y'all listen to the tape the other day. Y'all listen to the tape, gossiping about a man who the founder of a political party. So please, my Liberian people, please, y'all let do what is right. Y'all let do the best for Liberia. Let us stop the whole thing. Oh, this mayor, Mr. Cummings, living in Liberia, he ain't got nowhere to go. Mr. Cummings will stay in Liberia. Mr. Cummings will get his own life to live. But if you think that, you'll say, oh, let's wait for 2029, unless you want to tell me you know your own future. So let me go to Siliki in studio. I can stay up here and explain the whole day to you. But I'm begging you, this election is for us. Siliki.
Yeah, Mr. Kishan.
So tell me what is going on, how the training, how the campaign going on there. And we saw these other people, they all came out that the way they chose to do the campaign. But I don't want us to dive into it. It is their business, whatever they want to do. But let's get to the issues. So how's the campaign going on? Because you've been going around, Mr. Cummings. So just tell me.
Yeah, the campaign is on. We are on course. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. So the campaign is on. We on course. So on the 6th of October, I think we should focus our conversation more on that. The will be coming out in Monserrato on ATS. At the place they say we ran away, we went to Margibi to launch our campaign. So we'll be coming out on October 6th at ATS. Mr. Gideon, just go ahead. Let's set up something quick, please.
Oh, what happened? Continue.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's
Oh,
set
okay,
up
okay,
something.
okay. For those of you that are watching us in Liberia, I want to say thank you again for listening to us. And I know you got a mind of your own. I respect the Liberian people. And let me tell you, Liberian people today, I would never go
Okay,
against Liberia.
good.
I would never
Good.
go against Liberia. Okay, go ahead, Sigi.
Okay, good. I'm good on. No, I was not on the radio. I was speaking, but I was not on the radio. So
Oh, okay.
I think the guys are getting me. So what I was saying is this: we are coming out on the 6th of October, and the CPP will be closing our campaign. Interestingly, all campaign activity ends on the 8th of October. And so 2 days to the end of the campaign, we will be closing our campaign at the ATS, where the CDC and the Unity Party had a launching. We usually did our launching in Margibi County, where you saw thousands of people from all around Margibi attended the program. It was impressive, great. But now we're coming to Monserrato. And so we're going to put a number out. And this is because of the kind of engagements we are doing in Monserrato. Right now, as we speak, we have a team in almost all of the communities in district doing a door-to-door campaign. And the Liberian people will decide. Mr. Kishen, we have been here for the past 2 to 3 months on this radio. We have been on our various Facebook page, sending the message of real change. And the Liberian people themselves, they know that this man is the right person for this country. And that is why they're going to be voting for Mr. Cummings and the CPP comes October 10th. Because come to look at it, this election, the choice list or the decision for us to go and make at the ballot box is very simple. It's just a 1 plus 1 the way it is equal to 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Anywhere you go in the world, 1 plus 1 is 2. There's no changes in that. And so the decision to elect or vote comes October 10 is very simple. And we have 3 choices: the past, the present, and the future. And so the Liberian people, it's up to them. For us, we are doing our work. We have a candidate. Right now, at this time, we have less than 25 days to election. 2 weeks or 3 weeks down to election. But we as a people, we should be demanding from people who want to be president of the country of what they can do for us, or what they will do for us if elected as president. This is what we should be demanding. But on a side note, we are not demanding that. But we still have some days to correct the wrong. We can put their feet on the fire. We can ask them. And if you look at the top 3 candidates, the only man that is telling you what he's going to do, this man have been busy. Mr. Kishen, you have a feedback on your end. Can you mute yourself, please? Okay. So the top 3 candidates, the only man that is telling Liberian people what he's going to do, and he has been consistent from radio station to radio station, from community to community, is Alex Cummings. This man's record is clear. The only man that have a record of creating job, providing job, increasing a corporate business, budget is Alex Cummings. This man entered Coca-Cola as deputy regional manager. When the people working there was all white people, when he got promoted from being regional director or regional manager to becoming president of Coca-Cola Africa, 70% of Africans were creating jobs for thousands of Africans. This is the man we need in our country. They may come up and say, look, we as a country, we don't need politicians. We need technocrats to change our country, to put our country on path with other countries. And how do we get technocrats? That politicians can get technocrats? It's by investing in the younger generation. That's why today, almost all the private universities in Liberia, this may have scholarship in all. They may get the only STEM school in the country. It's visible, you can see it. Guess what? That school was built by Coca-Cola in honor of Cummings after he have served worked very hard, keep his integrity on the line. 2015, the man said, my people, I got to go back to my country to contribute. The people say, my man, thank you for the kind of work you have done for us. What can we do for you to honor you? The man said, go and build school in my country. Today, about millions dollar school, right in district number 4, Tupelo community. You come there, you will see the school. This man spent 150,000 United States dollars to subsidize every year, to subsidize people that are sending their children to that school. You get people that are selling billboard in Potato Green, Railer, whatever side, that children are in our school. So this is the man we're talking about. Somebody say, oh, with all the success of Mr. Cummings or Cummings, what have you done for Liberia? The graduate school at AMU is named after Cummings because of his contribution to build that school. The only computer lab at the University of Liberia, you will get 2 campuses. The one to Fennel was built by Alex Cummings. The foundation this man had, look, Mr. Kishan, just some part of last week, when Mr. Cummings went to District 13, District 12, and District 11, early in the morning, the man went to an EU meeting. You know, EU sent observer to come and observe the election. He attended that meeting. The next, he went to Sky FM on T-Max show. Right after that, Mr. Cummings was going to the Cummings Africa Foundation to go and accept the new batch of students they have selected to give scholarship to. Cummings told us, my man, y'all go to District 13, y'all go wait for us. We now want no media beyond us. Because the Cummings Africa Foundation is non-political. The people who are going over there to go talk to or to go help, they should not be on TV. This is the man we're talking about. And we had to go to District 13 to go wait for him. They went to Cummings Africa Foundation headquarters. They awarded other group of Liberian scholarship in different fees. He and his wife. This scholarship have been operating since 2016 till now. The link is there. You apply for it. When you pass, you come, you take a test. Once you pass that test, they give you the scholarship. They don't ask you for your tribe. They don't ask you who you support.
So Sidiki, wait, Sidiki. You see, so Mr. Cummings left and went to his foundation.
Of course. And told us to go to District 13.
And say, yo, man, you shouldn't videotape it, y'all go to, because it's not political. When other politicians today, they will let everybody know. And you see that? You saw we're talking, everybody will know what he's doing. You see the difference?
So the man told us, y'all go to District 13. We will come there and have a political rally or engagement. But for where we're going now, it is our foundation we are going to. It is non-political. It got nothing to do with our political stuff. And this is a political time. This man went to award group of Liberian scholarship. At this time, people want to put it on video to score a point. But this is a man that respects people's dignity. 2015 to 2016, the senator of Nimba County, Prince Johnson, wrote this man a foundation that he wanted help to build a school in Nimba, a university. They look at his request, they gave him 50,000 United States dollars to build that school. Prince Johnson went, he built a school, he put the school in his name. Guess what? During the 2017 election, Prince Johnson and Cummings were on different sides. They were contesting. Did he ever hear from Cummings that I gave a man money to build school? No. After 2017, Prince Johnson was still opposing this man. Did he ever hear from Cummings that I gave a man money to build school? It was Prince Johnson himself that came up and talked about it. So this is the man we're talking about. That respect human dignity. Let me say, look, what we did for our people when we were working at Coca-Cola should not be a justification for us getting to the presidency. Liberian people, do not vote for people based on sympathy. We are in the 21st century. Let's vote for people based on merit. What the person can do based on qualification and record. We're not attacking anybody, but when people come and say you should vote for them, ask them, what have you done? Let's look at a record. of what you're going to do. If I come to you and say I will fight corruption, look at my record. Because I can be corrupt and say I can fight corruption. Example number one. Just recently, the American government sanctioned 3 key government officials, McGill, Beltari, and Cephas. The president of the country have not been able to send those guys or the justice ministry or whatsoever to have that days in court to prove that innocent. And you know why? Because all the things those guys are doing, the president may likely be aware of it or was involved into it. So you can't prosecute it. You can't be corrupt. You say you persecuted somebody for corruption. It's not possible. So let's think. This town, we have been through a lot as a country. This town should be a town that we will sit a little bit and ask people questions. Just recently, a presidential debate was heard. How many Liberians you hear talking about the debate that was heard about presidential debate? Where people will go and tell you what they will do, what they are capable of doing. And you as a people will go and take your time off and sit and think, is this man really capable of doing what he's saying he can do? This is how people elect people. But you don't do that. Guess what you're demanding for a t-shirt? Very it. Then say, so many people's life depends on it. We should not put a country, religion, background, whatsoever. Let's put people there because they can do the job. 6 wasteful years on CDC. And you want to put us in another 6 wasteful years? You somebody that you feel sorry for yourself? Hey, my people, this is not a sympathy game. We are talking about putting 5 million human being lives or giving 5 million human being lives to an individual. And so if we are doing that, we should give it to somebody that have the competency. We should give it to somebody that have the qualification. We should give it to somebody that don't see you as a varmint. That don't see you as a Mandingo man. They don't see you as a Nimba man, as a Southeasterner, or as a West, or somebody from the Western, Costa, or somebody from Nimba or Bon, or somebody that will unite us. Somebody that will be willing to work with all Liberians. Whether you Gio, you Pastor, you Bella, you Mandingo, you Pula, somebody that will unite us.
Do you
what
call
Mr.
keys
Cummings,
for cars?
Mr. Kishan, you have to mute yourself. I don't know. Somebody that have tell us that look, we're gonna build a country where we will have this border rest. And Mr. Cummings talking about this border rest because our stable food in Liberia is rest. And in that border rest, you will have opportunity, you have good job, infrastructure, good hospitals, and etc. that can make a country to be a better country. And in that border rest, because you Bella, you Gio, you Manon, you Basso, will not stop you from putting your hand in that border rest. Because you CDC, Unity Party, you ANC, Liberty Party, you CPP, you did, will not stop you from putting your hand in that border rest. All Liberians will be allowed to put your hand in that border rest. This is a man that believes in hard work. Everything this man have earned today, the kind of success and recognition this man have gotten in his life, through hard work, discipline. This man is a humble man. My people, we have limited time, but it is not late to do the right thing. 176 years old country, but we're complaining about small things like electricity. We're complaining about running water. And you want to ask yourself why investors not coming to your country? Investors will come to your country and be drawing water from the well. You go to Swamaka district right in Bomi County. You can't even have access to call your family member. Directly wrongs. Somebody say we tie with kush. Yes. But this is a question that I want to ask you. Liberians were faced other people were doing for 12 years. So what makes you think that they are the one that come in to solve the drugs problem? Everything we think about today, we complain about today, as they said in the 12 years of the other people 12 years. You talk about corruption, you talk about putting critical voices in silence, running after people because they are critical. You talk about what? The roads being bad off. You talk about electricity. My people, every morning, any sign human being wake up, your thinking is to move forward, not to go backward. We, as a country, we should be thinking to move forward, not to go backward. This is not a child play. This is not a susu game. Simply because you're suffering or you didn't have the opportunity to go to school. So when your children do come, they should pass through the same difficulty that you're passing through. No, it is unfair. Or because you're selling cold water, so your child too should sell cold water. We can change that. Your children, the children that are under the age of 18 that cannot vote, that will not be voting, we that will be voting should make a decision that will benefit them. Simply because they don't have that opportunity or they have not reached the age of 18 to vote, then we should make a decision that will suffer them. They are not responsible for their country backwardness. Every election year, you see a group of people sitting in the back, pretending to be the Messiah and Savior for you, the people. And Mr. Kishin, I hear you talk about how some people say they put 2 million people, 1 million people. Look, let me say this. When the government conducted a census, they came out with a result of 5 million population. And then the NEC registration time came. Because of the way this same group of people now are telling you they put 2 million, 5 million people outside, the way Liberians that registered was 2.5 million people that registered. So that is to tell you that a lot of Liberians are disenchanted. A lot of Liberians are not going to be voting. So it's 50. They put 2 million also in months ago. Or they put 1 point.
In fact, Sidiki, it was 2,471,000 plus people registered to vote. 2.4 million, 2,471,000 plus. Not even 2.5. But they are saying that they put out 2.5.
So that means the people that register
yeah,
and the people that didn't register is 60 to 40%.
Yes. And how can you tell me if you think you put 2 million, that means you're feeling winning already?
Because when you go to certain places, you can show you the path. But I'm not voting. We have to talk to the people.
But Sidiki,
why can't other people come to our country to go to school here? Countries that used to admire us. And all of a sudden, we sit and think that, yes, it is a B. But people, let's think, God will not move from heaven and come talk to you. It's impossible. Look, if that's what you're waiting for, you'll not see it. You will be here until you grow. You be 1,000 for God to come and talk. No, it is a fellow citizen who means well for this country like yourself. And so if like God you're waiting for to come talk to you, it's not going to happen. Few things that we are looking at before I go to Mr. Kishin have not done anything for our vision that exceeded to the presidency of George Weah. Where is Liberia today? Where is our country? You want to talk about political party? You have about 24 individuals that have exceeded to our country presidency. But where is Liberia? Where are the so-called political party? What have they done for our country? You are showing loyalty to parties in the country. The first thing before you could sign up to be a member of any party, you was a Liberian. And so your loyalty should be to there. On the 6th of October, Cummings will be closing a campaign on ATS. I want change. We want all of you that mean well for this country. That want to have become a teacher now. When they don't get teacher, they can come up. But we'll backing you. Nobody forcing you, my people. But let's come up and show to the world. You, my Mary, I said it in really. You tired. When you suffer to send your children to school, they should to take care of you. That tell the international people, America, France, Great Britain, and the other people around the world that we tired. After 170 years, the people that bring it, they did nothing for us. So this time around, we're voting for change. So let's come out, my people. My Mary, if you're listening to me in Grand Bassa, in Magibi, everybody, let's come out. Let's show to the world that we are ready for change. No to the past, no to the present, yes to the future. And that is it. Thank you very much. October 6th is the date. Save the date. Let's mobilize. Let's go to our community. Let's go from door to door. Go to church, mosque to mosque. Mobilize the people and explain to them about the vision and change this man called Alexander B. Cummings is bringing to the table. Let's come on. Let's go to Mr. Kishan. We're going to go to the phone line shortly.
Thank you, Sidiki. You have said it all. And let me just add my 2 cents to it. Liberian people, what we're saying here is true. I know they got a lot of silent voters. We don't want you. Some people are not too sure, but they're going to vote. Some people don't want to lose their jobs. There are people who sit here. And Sidiki, you myself know, we talk to a lot of people. You see, I'm motivated because people that I talk to, people who support this government, people from UP and whatsoever, they will vote. They will change Liberia. This time around, Liberia will change. Liberia will change for our children. Liberia will change for our cousins, our brothers, our sisters, our whatsoever.
Your internet is bad.
I'm breaking up. It's the same way you yourself are breaking. I don't know whether you can hear. You can hear me?
I can hear you, but you keep breaking. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. My computer. That's the computer gave me.
Yeah, the internet is bad. I don't know.
Okay, but let's go to the phone line. Let's go to the phone line, Sidiki. Let me get some. Let me do something quick.
But the internet is really, really bad.
Yeah, let's go to the phone line.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but let's go to the phone line.
Hello?
I can hear you, Sidiki.
I'm hearing you, but the internet is bad. I don't know you.
Okay, go to the phone line. Continue to talk. I want to change something quick.
Okay, so folks, we are trying to get back to Mr. Kishan. His internet is bad, so he's going to be joining us right back. And some people, that is it. You know, we have to do for ourselves what we need to do for ourselves. To have a country where each and every one of us can be proud of. So October 6th is a date. Let's save the date. Send a message across. We will be coming out on October 6th at ATS. And this is to send a message to the international community that you, all of us, we are ready for change. We can do this. We can do this, my people. With the top 3 candidates that are in a race. Let's look at people's record. We got to say in this country, we say, oh, if the Christmas will be good, you will know it from the what, from the if. And so this is an if. Do not underestimate people's action. The way people behave at this time. Don't underestimate it. Look at it. In other countries, When you come, you say this is what you will do. People go and make research about you. It just make capable of doing what he's saying you can do. These are questions you ask yourself. What is this man record? Where have you worked? What he did to some of the places that you have worked? These are questions we need to ask ourselves. So if somebody said they're not going to rescue you, check that record. So people, this is not a. We should not play game over ourselves. We should not make other countries to be laughing at us. They deserve better. Do not desire to be going to minister all day. Can you imagine? People go to lawmaker house.
Okay. Hear me now?
Say, shall I get pamper for my child? People go to bed for bed of rest.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. I
Okay,
think it's much better.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
thank you, Siddiqui, for everything. I had to switch over to the other camera. Yeah, so right now you might see in the background, you see me, Siddiqui, but I got two cameras on. Okay, guys, we want to thank you very much. Those of you listening to us, we're explaining to you this election is very important. I know there are a lot of people sitting who going to vote, but because of the jobs or because of certain things, they're not going to show. And I'm motivated. We'll win this election. Mr. Some feedback coming from somewhere, Siddiqui. I don't know that you or me.
Right. Let me myself.
We will win this election. Come this election, this October 10th. But this is what I'm saying. If you believe in yourself that Mr. Cummings is the guy, cast your vote. You got nothing to lose. Put Liberia first. Our children need to go to school. Our mom and dad needs jobs. Our country needs security. Only Mr. Cummings. This week, Mr. Cummings might be going other places. Mr. Cummings coming in your community. This is the first time that you see a candidate coming to you to talk to you. Look, for the last 176 years, we've been having governance. We've been having problem with leadership. All our leaders, they are rich. They continue to steal our resources. Liberia is too rich for us to be poor. But because lack of leadership, listen, these two parties, my Liberian people, we know you saw CDC and UP for the last 17 years. Ask yourself, they did nothing. There is no way UP can make the case against George Weah. When UP say, Mr. Weah ain't do this, Mr. Weah take it and put it on UP take it and put it on CDC. We tired. We tired with the two party, my people. You don't get nothing to lose. You already suffering. We already in the water. You can't worry about getting wet. We are tired with UP and CDC. For 17 years, we saw the hardship. Why are you want to go backward? You graduated from University of Liberia. Then you telling me CDC and UP government will stay good, so you won't go back. Then go back to 10th grade. You are sleeping on a mat. You say you want change. Change don't come overnight. You say you voted for president. We are nobody getting versed with you. You owe nobody an apology. But why you want to go backward? In life, you go forward. Nobody go backward. If you are sleeping on a mat, you start sleeping on a mattress. Then you buy a bed. Because the bed foot break, you got to go back on the mat? No. You remain on the bed until you find another bed. You can't sell cold water for the rest of your life. You can't be riding keke for the rest of your life. Our young people, they're keeping us in this position. The drugs is all over the place. We need a government that will fight for us. We need a government that will say enough is enough. That one is Mr. Cummings. He's honest, he has empathy, and he has integrity. Mr. Cummings knows what it takes when a father cannot feed the children. Mr. Cummings knows what it takes when a man go in the market and she can't come back early because her children got to eat. Today in Liberia, our mom and pa then will cook around 8 o'clock just because that's the only food they get to cook. Hey, my people, we are our own problem. We got a common rogue, we got political rogue. The common rogue will steal your bag, they will steal your TV, they will jack your telephone, but you will still survive. The political rogue that we don't want to go look for them. How will you be sinking behind somebody and say, yeah, they gotta get chopping you? How do you feel to be jumping behind somebody, you cursing yourself. You say, I am a son of a swan for John Brown. Why? Do not fall in love with no politician. Ask the politician a question. What you will do? What have you done? President, we gave you power for 5 years and 6 years. Show us your work. Don't tell me I row medicine. You can't put food on your table. How many jobs you created? What about the security system? Mr. Bwaka, 12 years, VP. Mr. Bwaka, what you did as VP? You think it was free when Mr. Bwaka was VP? No. Every VP is on the name of president. And whatever that government and the job, you got to take responsibility. Oh, don't get me wrong. Ellen Johnson did some good thing. UP did some good stuff. But for the first year, the first term, but Mr. Bwaka can take responsibility. You think we want leader that will complain? Mr. Weah came in, he complained. Oh, Ellie, and this and that. Then Mr. Bwaka too complaining. Then when he come over now, he will complain for the next 15 years. Then we'll be suffering. You get Jeremiah Kun. He sold gas in Nima County when you're coming up. He ever built gas station? He ever created job? Mr. Bwaka ever created job for you? But when you ready say, why Mr. Cummings can't create job? Mr. Cummings got job in Liberia. Mr. Cummings got people working for him. Mr. Cummings respect people. We want a leader that will respect us. President, we are continuing to disrespect us. He said, whether you vote for me or not, that your business. We are sharing and Sedition will vote for me. When you go buy your gas, they don't ask you if you CDC or you UP or you ANC, man. They don't ask you. When you go to buy your fish in the market, they don't ask you. When you go pay your children's school fees, they don't ask you which of the party you're coming from. We always suffer if we make the mistake again. They say first food are full, second food are full. You can take the cow to the river, but you can't force the cow to drink. No decision is right until it is right. Because if we know that decision will be right, everybody will be right. But when you make a wrong decision, you must be able to earn that mistake and move forward. My people, we're tired. We need a real government. We need a leader that will look in my face and say, Munel, you wrong, you will go to jail. We need a leader that will look at somebody and say, no, you wrong. That is why I say your thing with your head instead of your heart. Mr. Cummings, and I'm a man, and I'm a partner, I'm a brother. But I admire Mr. Cummings' platform. If I was looking for brother and sister and friend, I would be behind George Weah, or I will go on the other side and eat my own too. So if you think I'm behind Mr. Cummings to eat my own, then you're wrong. Because I got the opportunity to eat my own. I will jump behind George Weah and I will eat my own. But I love my country, Liberia. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. This election is very important. Whatever we plant, whatever seed that we sow is what we will reap. You put pepper, you will get pepper. You put bitter ball seed, you will get bitter ball seed. You put bad, you will suffer for 6 years. We always suffer, but fish will eat fish. The big fish will eat a small fish. This is what I'm going to tell you today. And don't think we will come to you and give you money to vote. If you don't want to vote for your future, you don't want to vote. If we don't want to vote for our future, it's up to us. They say in the land of the living, the fittest will make it. We got to stop it. We cannot be in a country and be begging. It's the government responsibility for schools, that the government responsibility to create the avenue for jobs. It is the government responsibility to make sure all the hospitals in Liberia is okay. Every one of us will suffer. When Mr. Cummings is sick right now and get a serious sickness, he will go abroad. When Mr. Bwaka is sick, he will go abroad. When Mr. Weah is sick, he will go abroad. What about you? What about you and myself? Can we go to JFK free? Can we go to Redemption Hospital free? People dying from childbirth. Mr. Cummings said we need primary health care, preventive health care. We need medicine in all the small clinics. We need to open clinics all over the place before we do the big one. Mr. Cummings said the free port of Monrovia. We need to organize it, but we should have a flat rate for that. Then in the future, we can set it up and know what's going on. Let me be honest with you. Ellen Johnson put things in place. Any good person who are taking our government, Ellen Johnson said, I fail on corruption and I fail. Mr. Bwaka failed to even use Ellen Johnson platform. Mr. Bwaka failed to tell President Weah that all the roads that President Weah building, it came from Ellen. But because of selfishness, they all want to tell him we'll bring him back to power. We should bring UP back to power. We got most of them sitting down to loot by imagination. If you think CDC government is bad and we're going to go back to the future, if going back to the future, I'm not going back to the future with you. I'm sorry, I'm not going back to the past for you. I'm going to the future. I am going to the future, not the past. So if you won't go back to the past, I am not going back to the past. I am moving forward. If you want to say you want to go back to the past that we all complain about, we rejected the past in 2017, and you want to go back there, I tell you, say, thank you very much. I am not going back with you. If you show Mr. Cummings is the guy with the plans, it's no disrespect to all the other people who running. They are all Liberians. They are all qualified. But we got 3 candidates. And guess what? It's so funny and it's so strange. The 3 candidates represent the past, the present, and the future. Forget about the past. If the present is okay for you, keep your present. You see, we're fair. If the present is fine, keep your present. But if you're catching hard time, if you think the present not mess it up, continue with the future. When you drive in your car and you drive along the road, when the place they say there is no exit and you continue going, why would you want to be in a car and drive? Don't holler at the people who's sitting down, because they pass it just like when you sit in your car and then you look in the view mirror. And whatever you pass by, you only see dust. And when the road is not paved, that dust will cover the house. So the future of Liberia, the success of Liberia is in our hands. We can kill Liberia, we can let Liberia move forward. Those days, people used to come from Ghana to come to school in Liberia. We used to get student exchange. University of Liberia was a good university. Our hospital, the JFK, was a place or research center. We used to exchange doctors, but today we don't have it. It's not just the building make the hospital. People are dying from childbirth. Nobody died from the woman pregnant, she go deliver, she died. Nobody died in Google country this time. Nobody died from childbirth, but people still die from childbirth in Liberia. Diarrhea, malaria, all these things here, it finished. But only in Liberia, we still suffering because the country is dirty. Mr. Cummings said, my first 100 days, I will empower the youth. Do you know what I mean? The youth, they will empower them. Mr. Cummings said, my first 100 days, there's $20 million we will spend on the business people, the small business now. They're not talking about these so-called corrupt people that who've been stealing from us. Mr. Weir said he was going to give the small business money. Mr. Cummings said it's a good thing. But if Mr. Weir don't do it, I will do it. Mr. Cummings got it on paper. Mr. Cummings said we'll get small. So register your business. You hear people calling you right now, they're going around, you'll see the form and whatsoever. Fill it up. Register your business. Be a legitimate person. Because I'm telling you, Mr. Cummings is an entrepreneur. The business people will benefit. The business people are the one that create jobs. Companies create jobs. Government don't create jobs. Government can employ small people. Government job not there for money. But Mr. Cummings, that his area. Maybe you don't know Mr. Cummings. And I tell you, if you near a computer right now, Google Cummings and withholding, Cummings Holding Company. You would know who Alex Cummings is. We play, you know, like, I don't know, we got good thing. Mr. Cummings is a diamond. Diamond is something that you find in the mud. You would think it's nothing, but trust me, we have shined our diamond. We are blessed. Liberians, I respect you. Even if you make mistake, I will still respect you because we will change Liberia. It took 10 men to change Singapore. It was not an easy thing. But today you go to Singapore, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It took Mr. Cummings and our people who supposed to know. But because most of them, they won't get what they can get. So they're trying to switch over. They don't know where to go. So let me leave this with you. They got 3 groups of people. They got people who sitting down wishing. You can pray the whole day. You can go in the church. You fast. If you don't go out to look for a job, you wasting your time. You cannot sit and be wishing for something to happen. Hey, God, and let me be sitting and meet somebody who can't give me something. They get people who can just wish to see things happen. They get some people who can just look and see if it happens. That means if that's true, you will see them switching. Watch yourself. 22 days to go, you will see some people switching from one place to another place because they make up their mind. Some of them confused. They want eat money, so they want t-shirts, so some of them get 5 different t-shirts. Then they get people who make things happen. Some of us who suffering, who look at the good things and push it aside, who look at the money that they try to give us, we push it aside to say, my people, this is the man, Mr. Cummings, and I'm my brother and I'm a pal. I don't know Mr. Cummings from nowhere, but I admire Mr. Cummings. When Mr. Cummings platform, he said, this is how we can develop Liberia. I got a simple platform and infrastructure. When Mr. Cummings said electricity is the first thing, I gave us straight. Because that's true. Any country, if you don't get electricity, you're not going to good school, you don't get a good hospital, you will not get nothing. Because by the time they start working electricity, all the technicians will get job. All the business people will start buying wire. They will start selling wires. They will employ more drivers. They will employ this. Mr. Cummings said good drinking water. There won't be no typhoid, no diarrhea. We must clean the country. Internet, the thing we're talking on right now, radio and internet and cell phone connectivity is the one that connect the counties. That the one that connect the whole world. Today you go to Cape Mount, you can call the telephone. The people in Cape Mount today using the service from Sierra Leone. People living to the border of Sierra Leone using Sierra Leone internet instead of using our internet because our internet are too strong. So when you get the 3 things, all the business will come to Liberia. And the government must be honest. You must tell the person, oh, if you want to go to Cape Mount to open business, we'll give you taxes. We must give Liberian people loan. We should encourage Liberians to do business. So all these things we're talking about, people, it's on you. You can make the difference. He said we should invest in agriculture. 10% of our national budget will put it in agriculture. If that rest will do rest. To show Mr. Cummings that businessman, he said in 3 years we'll be able to feed ourselves. He said we should invest in education. We must train the people first to teach us. We should train the teachers. No teacher in Liberia. Mr. Weah said you're bringing 6,000 teachers from Nigeria. When you see the 6,000 teachers, every day they lie to us. They lie to us. My Liberian people, government experience ain't do nothing for us. Popularity ain't do nothing for us. The fooding with all the crowd. We don't care about the crowd. We're not here to compete with them. Our belief is in the people. Mr. Cummings believe in the Liberian people. If you don't vote for Mr. Cummings will say live in Liberia. If you don't vote for Mr. Cummings, he will say it. He will still survive. He will do a little business. He will help few people, but he can't help everybody. Mr. Cummings got his money, he got it for himself. That his own money, he worked for it. When you work for your money too hard, you can't just give it to people. We want money from Mr. Cummings. We want the ideas from Mr. Cummings. We're looking for good leaders. Mr. Cummings not prepared to get a poor job in America because if you bring somebody from America and pay them $5,000 that for nothing, they will still see because they got to pay the mortgage. That's not what Mr. Cummings is looking for. Mr. Cummings didn't go and start looking for people all over the country. Mr. Cummings refusing to take money from some people because he won't owe nobody. So we beg you. We will tell you the truth. The truth can hang. But this time around, whatever you vote for is what you're going to get. But we're not giving on you. We're not giving up on you. We love Liberia. We love Liberians, especially. You can't love Liberia and don't love Liberians. You got to love the people. The people is the one that make everything. You must love the people. So ask a question. You got 22 days. You got to cast your vote. So you see some people running on the street. They didn't get voter registration. They're regretting today. Some people ain't register. They overlook it. Some of them walking around, and when I come to Liberia, I will ask you, you got voter registration card? If you don't get it, I can talk to you. If you don't have a voter registration card now, this is a hard ball. I can talk to you. I can give you my t-shirt. I can give you my cap. If you don't have a vote, because voter registration card is Liberia now, the ID card. So if you don't get it, I will not talk to you. If I'm talking to a group of people, I want to see who all get voting card. Then you myself can sit down. I show you my own voting card. We can sit down and eat. We can talk about Liberia and talk about the future. If we don't make it this time, we always suffer. But guess what? While we're suffering, the big fish will swallow the small fish. Sidiki, open the phone and let's get enough people to call. Please make your call and tell us what. I know some of y'all stuck to Joseph Boaka, you're stuck to Joseph Weah. All the things I'm talking, I know some people ain't care. Some people say, man, you're talking nonsense, man. No problem. If I'm talking nonsense, no to you. Please tell us who you'll be voting for and tell us 30 minutes, 30 seconds is enough for you. Or 1 minute.
We have a few more minutes to about 5 more minutes to end the show. So
Okay, let's give 4 minutes call, then let's get 3 minutes calls, then we can go in the 2-minute closing.
Yeah, so 0776339898 or 055223827 are the number to call, and you'll be live on Truth 96.1. 0776339898 or 055223827 are the numbers to call, and you will be live on Truth 96.1. So this is a general show. 0776339898 055223827. Let's take our first caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Yeah, General Yeri. General Yeri, you call us?
Yes, I can hear them.
Okay, go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I'm waiting for my friends. We are going Lima. I'm from Lima. We are going Lima, and we are starting the job. People are listening to us. People are saying to it that Senator Johnson and Honorable King joining the integrated party, they will not also work for the country because people are demanding our country today. So our messages are resonating in Lima country. We are about to go Lima country full blast. And we know that we will come second or third in the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Yeah, good afternoon. Make a point. Okay, make a point.
Most of those people that were voting for major thing for people supposed to expect. Having how elected to thank you very much to pray that people vote our president to someone.
Let's take this caller. The name is Park. Okay, let's take this caller. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, Thompson, make your point. So wait, you lying. Stop the lie. Stop the lie. Mariah is not being paid 5,000. They don't know.
What is it?
So don't matter, man. Mariah is being paid 5,000. That business?
He said Mariah.
He
said the pay Mariah.
What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, the call is very low. Let's take calls from the loan side, and we'll take 2 more calls because we are running out of time already. Mr. Kishan, we only have 1 more minute, so just respond to some of the callers because.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. For those of you who
have 1 more minute.
But I want to tell you, and your information you are giving my brother Murai is speed this. He said Murai will pay 5,000.
The man is saying that you in the US and you're talking about that brand people made a decision or someone, so you should be on the ground. Then he said number 2, he said Murai Cummings leadership. Cummings take Murai from America and Mayor Chief of Staff and paying her 5,000. I said that's lie. Murai was even here in this country. Murai worked
Wait, let My people
Mariah
are
was
saying
supporting
Mariah live
the
in
see the
Liberia.
Valley people 2017. But
Yeah.
now she's supporting Kumi, so you're
No,
not
Mariah
gonna
was
see that.
hired from
See her
Liberia.
not.
She came to the States to go to school.
Yeah,
She was living in Liberia,
yeah.
so your $5,000. And even Mr. Comey, I just told you, I never said, and my young man who talking, I am a voter. I go to Liberia over and over. But the fact of the matter is that I am just saying that if Mr. Cummings want to pay somebody from America for 5,000 with 5,000, it's not enough because the people in America got to pay their children's school fees, they got to pay their mortgage. So paying somebody 5,000 less, you tell them they can steal. So Mr. Cummings not even looking at them. That 5,000 that Mr. Cummings can employ 2 or 3 person in Liberia to do the job. And two, if Mr. Okay, let's agree Mr. Cummings paying Mariah 5,000. That's not your money, that Mr. Cummings' own money. But the fact is that Mariah live in Liberia, so your 5,000, I don't know where you get it from. We need to stop the lies, my Liberian people. We need to stop listening to all kinds of fake news. Mariah lived in Liberia, and Mr. Cummings appointed her in Liberia. Mariah left and came to school and went back to Liberia. So what is the difference? Look, we need to stop this thing. Mr. Cummings' money is not government money. Mr. Cummings chose to pay Mariah what he want to pay Mariah. But what we are saying, the money that is allocated for government employees is what anybody can make. So stop the lies and be honest to yourself. I never said, you say, come home, we come home. So, Liberian people, thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you for calling. The next time you hear my voice, I will be in Liberia and we'll have the same show and we'll have the same discussion. Don't forget, 22 days to go and your right to vote. Don't let no one deprive you. Stay on our line. Make sure you vote. Don't let nobody scare you. Don't let nobody intimidate you. That your secret vote, only you alone. Anything you want to do in that voting booth is on you. Nobody can go after you. Your name not on it. Just vote right. They bring the money, you eat it. But we're not giving you money to vote. So that was to tell you. Go ahead, again.
Thank you, Mr. Kishan. And so, folks, we want to say thank you for listening to the show. This is a general show. Like I said to you earlier on today when we're starting, we will be coming on every Monday instead of every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we'll have our
Okay, guys, thank you very much for everything. And we had a very good show, very good response. People are gravitating. Don't let nobody scare you. And we will do what we're supposed to do. Liberia is it. I'm getting closer. I'll be leaving by the grace of God this week. And I want to say thanks to a lot of people who've been supporting us, but you can still make the contribution. And please, we get a lot of things to do. I got a lot of my personal things to do, and y'all know what we're going on right now. We're not going to beg people for money, and I want to say thank you for all our supporters. And since Howard gave us $300 yesterday, and that was a very good thing. At least we got things because internet and transportation for the next. I got to be there until we cast the last ballots. So we're not going to Liberia just to say, especially the second round. I know we will be in the second round, We will be in the second round. We will win the first round and we'll be in the second round. We don't worry about it. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them scare you. This election is a good thing. Very tough. I love you all. And I gotta go get my car. I gotta go pay up to $300 because my son mistakenly left my key in Wawa and we never saw the key. We check all over the car. It stayed parking there. And it's so sad. They check everywhere. Maybe somebody mistakenly pick it up from the counter. And this person, some people are so damn wicked. You might pick it up, they look at it, and they don't know where they took it from. It's a whole bunch of keys. So it's like my life going to start over. Because my 3 cars, the keys are on there. And I don't even have a spare key to my Pathfinder. So now they got to come and cut it. And thank God I don't have to tow the car there. So they're going to cost me arm and a leg. $300 and something dollars they're going to cost me. So they will be coming by 11 o'clock. But this is it. Maybe something bad was going to happen because I was trying to go somewhere on Saturday and I took my children and said, let me go to go get sandwich. But every disappointment is a blessing. Although I was pissed off, but maybe something worse was going to happen. We just walk in the while, my son learning how to drive. He had a key, put it down, order for the sandwich. We can't find the keys. We checked it since Saturday. Check all over. So now everything went on hold. The 2 little old car I got that I could use in case my car gave in trouble, the keys on there too. The house keys on there. The place I was working on, the people keys on there. So that means when they fix my lock, I gotta go back now and get a brand new lock and remove the old lock from the house and get new locks. Maybe I will find a key one day. Somebody will bring it one day. The chest key on there. I got another key. Oh, damn. So I don't know. And I was getting mad at my son, but then I sat it for long. I said, no, man, I don't think it's necessary, for me to do that. So I want to say thank you very much for your time. And don't let them confuse you. Yeah. And you see, and Alfred, some people don't understand us, what we do. And for people watching us, we feel proud and humble. That because of people that look at us and because of the good review, that is why we continue. If I was not getting no good review, I was not continuing on Facebook. I don't have to waste my time. But when you decide to do something, you got to be committed to it. Some of my friends today don't what it needs Jusu wa Fanocon. Juicy Fanocon. You were on my live yesterday. You insulted me. You are calling me names. Please, let us be civil. Let us be civil. Cursing, it will not solve the problem. Because I know you don't have a picture on your profile. You disguise yourself behind a name that will not whatsoever. But Bayoga, your friends were saying that. In fact, someone just texted me, your friends used to call you gay. Your friends say you were gay. Why would you talk about somebody having sex with a man when not true? You supporting the Joseph Newman Boaka or the George Weah that got a bunch of gays around there. You don't see that one there too? You don't see it? But because you got nothing, maybe you are a gay. Maybe you're one of those who do that and do all kinds of things. But you see, I told you yesterday, I said you're a coward. You will hide behind a name and say something. You will never ever show your face out. And it's going to pain you. And then see what I'm going to do to you now. Guess what I'm going to do to you? I got the strength and the power to block you. And you will never ever come on this page again to see me or to watch anybody. So they got a lot of Liberians who think that they are smart. They can create fake page. And we know how to do it if we want to do it. But what good are going to do for me? What good it will do for me to create a fake page to insult someone? I mean, I'm a coward. I don't have to insult you, but I can tell you the truth. You my head can fail in your mouth. You can't do nothing. You will stand from a distance. So even I respect people. Look at, and you see some of the people. So when you see that people look at, he say, let Cummings give the campaign money, the campaign team the money he promised them. You see that? Sometimes these people are people with, sometimes they're closer to you. They want to say something, or they want to tell you something. They disenchanted. So he's not going to watch us again. Don't worry. I block him. He will never come on stream yet because I will always be on sure I've done him. Not even Facebook alone. I block him from the stream yet, so he can't come on it again. He can't come on it. Let's take a quick break, eh?
Hi, my name is Noah Keishan, son of Munir Keishan, the general. I support Alexander Cummings for president of Liberia. My dad will vote for Alexander Cummings for president for a better Liberia. Bati, Bati, Colonial Bati, Bati. Bati, Bati, Alexander Cummings, Bati, Bati. C'est quoi, CBB, c'est quoi, Charlie Brodsky, c'est quoi, I want her, za.
Party, see party house. Tell them around this, tell them around with. Well. Who you want? My Liberian people, who you want? Our market women crying, who you want? Our Yana boys are crying, who you want? Zoba. Handkerchief. Take out your white handkerchief. Let's go, everybody, sing go far. Whoa. Look back at they say that coming where we want. But me can't they coming where we want. Very like they coming where we want. Nima can't they coming where we want. Basa can't they that coming where we want. Get my can't they that coming where we want. Papa, we there, I say that coming where we want.
Thank you. Okay, Alfred. Okay, I will do that. And I will give my Liberian number when I get there. Yeah, he would never come on again. He would never. I block him from StreamYard completely. Yeah. It's a fake name. He got a real name. You know, sometimes you got your real name, but you try to use some names that will always pop up whenever you make a statement. So you can't find a name that he's operating underneath. So these are the people who stay behind closed door and they are cowards. Sometimes it could be your own people. Sometimes it could be people that know you and they can just say things what they want to say. And we're not going to, we reach to a place now, we got to waste our time. We got 22 days to go. We got to tell the Liberian people the truth. And Miada, I want to say thank you very much and for your vernacular, your Pele show, and you're doing extremely well. And your people are listening to you, and I want to appreciate you for working very, very hard. We are all in this thing together, and people will say what they want to say, but we are focused. We are not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for somebody. You see, when you into a things, don't worry. Don't think about yourself. Don't think about yourself. When you try to think about yourself, you're too big and this and that you're going to fail. But once you're doing it for somebody else, because you see, I tell people they say, "Oh, you're doing it your one job," but I got the opportunity. The opportunity is there for me to eat from George Weah. That's my friend. But I chose not to. I got a brother who's supporting George Weah. He's an NPP man. I got a niece or nephew who's supporting UP. It is their right. It is their right, and I love them. I'm not forcing them, but all I'm trying to tell them, this is this, and you will learn it on your own. You will understand it. Because this is first time I see people love to suffer. People look at right. Oh, but I will just stick with a guy here. No. God made to stick with nobody. God made to stay in a particular place. God made nobody stupid, my people. We are particular people. We are decent people. We are good people. We're supposed to think for ourselves. You can convince, you can tell me, but I will make that decision. To me, nobody can tell me they convince me to go for Cummings. No, I convinced myself. They told me about Cummings, and then I went there and looked for Mr. Cummings. So a lot of things will go. We play. I got a lot of things to carry, and the other I talk about the SS. If you can hear me, please let me know. And camera, camera, and went dead. So you see, I got two cameras. The other one, my iPad went dead, so it went off. But thank God we on this one. And if you can hear me, let me see if I'm okay on this one. Testing 1 2. Okay, I know you can hear me right now. Yes, that's good. That's good. Okay, you can hear me from here. Yeah. Yeah, Trukon. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm getting prepared. I'm getting prepared. I'm not joking. I'm taking some communication for my boys. You see my radio, everything, this thing here. This damn thing here go about 7 miles. So they will all be equipped with an earphone and make sure that. But don't forget, we'll be closing the campaign. The campaign will be shutting down October 6th and will be at the ATS. We'll be at the ATS. So I know people are going to show up. The 17th district going to show up, but I hope that we will do it in a way. I can be too afraid. Let me tell you, I can be too afraid for the people. Yesterday, one person died. There were 5 that got wounded. But I can be too afraid when I see people hanging on cars. But when we're in Liberia, we give them our ideas. We're not going to say it on radio but we give our ideas. There's so many ways that you can do it to protect the people. Yeah, you can. You don't want to lose anybody's life. You can't take people from all the way to Nimba and tell them to come to Monrovia when they're going to be going back there to vote. So we got to be very careful on that. And we know people want to come from all over, but we can't just do it. So I will give them my own little ideas and see how best we can do it. That will be okay for everybody. Yeah. And hopefully Mr. Cummings will be going to southeast. Bwaka will not go to the southeast. Mr. Weah cannot go to the southeast because I know Mr. Weah can travel with a lot of guns. So going is so shameful going into another country before going. Mr. Bwaka would never take that route to the southeast. So Mr. Bwaka want you to vote for him, but he can't even come to you. Mr. Bwaka want you to vote for him, but he can't come to you. Mr. Bwaka cannot take the route to Bobolo. I don't know if he can take the route to Lofa. And, I can enjoy the UP people. They try to prove something. They say, you see the crowd in Lofa? Who told you I said Bwaka ain't get people in Lofa? Eh? Who saw the 2017 crowd for UP? The 2017 crowd for UP, I was convinced that UP was going to win George Weah. I was convinced that UP was going to win. But there were a lot of people. Then when I started looking at the crowd again, start looking at the old videos, I noticed the same people that go to this crowd, the same people come to the other crowd. Because everybody that time, the money was there. They said, oh, the people came on the ring. Listen, nobody left the house and walked on the ring. The ring met them in the street. The ring met them in the street. Let me tell you today, the ring met them in the street. They got no choice. When the ring meet you in the street, I saw Darius didn't walk in, there was no water on him. I saw a lot of people in ring on the other side, then it stopped. Then when they're on the stadium, now it started raining heavy. You understand? So we that even when I used to go on the football field, love IE. If I'm home and it's raining, I don't go on the field. Nobody let me be able to understand. Just stop. You see, the people love Bwaka. They came in the street. Keep your crowd. Keep your crowd. We keep our vote. Keep your crowd. Keep your crowd, yeah. Hey, you enjoy. We are not worried about crowd. George, we are then paid enough to bring people out. You people did your advertisement. I gave it to you. You did it. But keep your crowd. Liberian, not stupid people. Keep your crowd. Let me show you some of the advertisement that CDC, that UP were carrying. Come out. Whether you support UP or not, come out on that day. Let us march. Let us show President Weah that the drugs, we tie with the drugs, we tie with this. Whether you UP or you're not UP, you must come out. Come out. Let us show. A lot of people came out. But are you telling me that your crowd was more than George Weah crowd? That you can judge that one? Are you telling me that this crowd is more than 2017 crowd? It's up to you. And the last time I saw a photo, the last photo I saw, it was taken by a drone around 5 o'clock. And and then what the person did, the same thing the person did with Georgia, they took the crowd, they took the pictures from it was drone, and then they compare it. Now when you look at it, you say, but what people, when you're facing like this, if you're looking at people like this, you think, oh, it's too much, the crowd, this and that. And you telling me you pull out 2.5 million people? You bravo. Because I would take you to be jokers. We take you to be jokers. I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on radio now, so I can say what I want to say. We take you to be jokers. How can you look at Liberian people and say you brought out 2.5 million people? Then go say that you feeling winning. Then President Weah say they brought out 3 million. Okay, they only say they brought 1 million. We got 2,471,000 plus people registered to vote. And we got some people who left the country, they're not going back there again. Some of them, I know a guy who registered, he's scared, he left the country already. Then you say you pull up more people. Do we look stupid to y'all? They register to vote the first thing. We are the one doing it strategically. We're not just throwing t-shirt on people. Let me tell you today, we're not going to pay you to vote. This is a hard ball that you will make your own decision. You want to vote for Cummings? It's up to you. You're not hurting Cummings' feelings. You're not hurting my feelings. My mouth are using another your mouth. My energy are using another your energy. It will not hurt me. It will not stop me from living. It will not stop me from my family moving forward. It will not stop me nowhere. I will continue to move forward. But I will not feel bad about y'all. I will not give up. I will not make a statement that will hide me. I will not say, your Liberian people, you're them, I don't with Liberia. I'm not a citizen anymore. No. We will stay there. We will let you know. We will do it together. We will suffer together. But guess what? Water dry, fish eat fish. The small fish will be crushed, will be eaten. The big fish will remain and be going through the struggle. That's all we can say. So you're who in America, you're the UP people who in America who don't care about your people in Liberia. You think that UP is the alternative, or you think UP is the answer, or some of y'all when I look at your names, then I still ask myself, are we still into tribal business? Are we still counting counties? Are we still going to this? But there are a lot of good people in Liberia. There are a lot of good people in Liberia. But I believe in the Liberian people. You got to learn your people, study your people. You got to know about them. The Liberian people are not the kind of people who, if you don't tell them, if you're not consistent to give them the message, they will not change. If you sit and don't campaign, Liberians will look at CPP and look at UP and CDC because they're the only party they saw for the last 17 years. They're the only parties. That's the only party. Well, how can you tell me that UP is the alternative? UP, Mr. Baka is the change candidate? The change candidate, the man who said, I'd rather sleep with the devil, live with the devil, dance with the devil. And you telling me he's a change candidate? He's the one that will change Liberia with no vision? Hey, my Liberian people, man. Hey, man. Some of y'all voting for y'all want president, y'all want the Baka presidency because what? You're from the same county? Or some of y'all want to go back there? Like, what her name? This guy, Jackie. Jackie was making almost $8,000 every month in the UP government. So they miss all these things. They want to go back there. They want to go back. Well, let me tell you something. You remember when Mr. Baka said that Ellen Johnson brought all the people from like America and gave them a job and whatsoever. But today, they're the same people he's dealing with. So, if Mr. Baka was in his better years where he's strong, he can move. When we tell you, say, Mr. Baka, sick your vest. You won't compare Baka 2017 and now. When we tell you, say, Mr. Baka can walk like a chameleon. You know like a chameleon? That's how he can walk. Mr. Baka can run. Even Joe Biden can jog. Mr. Baka can jog. No. The way they keep the private, they keep it. Supposed to. I'm still looking to see what the woman told. What the woman said to his place there. He spoke to the people, sir. Some people say Mr. Baka spoke. Some people say they didn't see Baka. Some people say Baka was sitting there. The call, the call going to give the woman hard time again. The call going to give him hard time again. Eh? Suffering the old man. Suffering the old man. The old man is parading and sleeping with corrupt people. Prince Johnson, serious killer. The man that destroy lives, kill our people. You can take his support because he got one vote. Eh? Look what Sidiki was telling us. They went to the Cummings Foundation and Cummings told them not to air nothing because it's not political. If that other politician, they will use it and show it to Liberian people. I can remember again, Mr. Cummings went to another place where they got somebody opened a mental home. Mr. Cummings showed they cannot show the people, don't show these people because they should respect them. But all our politicians will do it. Oh, yeah, let go. I pay school fees. I'm doing this. I'm doing this one. Not a day you hear Mr. Cummings campaigning and tell the Liberian people that I fixed I opened the computer lab at LU on Fender campus. Not a day. You never hear Mr. Cummings that saying that I gave a BWR generator. He will not tell you. Because it ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. The man will not tell you this is what I gave him because you won't vote for him. No, he will looking for the vote. And you know I'm making some poor verse. Then Mr. Cummings man feel he get money, so he won't spoil the chopping here. Because Mr. Cummings feel that he get money, so he won't spoil our chopping. He can just come here and change things. He even won't spend his money, say he won't get us money. He need to get us money. When he get us money, will leave UP, will leave CDC. Bunch of corrupt people. Mr. Cummings worked too hard for his money to give it to you. To be honest. You vote for Cummings, fine. If you don't vote for Cummings, fine. We inside. So we got 22 days to go. We'll tell you straight how it look like. Another, I'm done already, but I'll be looking at the comments now. Another one called himself Male Fee. Made Fee. He said, you ain't get message for the Liberian people. That is why Liberian people. Which message you got for the Liberian people? Because I'm still looking to see the message that you're giving them. Because Liberian people never wanted a message. Liberian people want you to be a corrupt guy and play with them. So you yourself, you don't even have a message. If you consider yourself an educated person, Made Fee, if you consider yourself an educated person, the people who are not educated, they have convinced you. So I don't know the message you got. I don't know the message. Which are the message that CDC gave the Liberian people? Which are the message that UP giving the Liberian people that you say our own is not resonating? Our message will never resonate to you because your brains are not equipped enough to accept what we're saying. So my message is not resonating to you. Don't talk about the people. Talk about yourself. Talk about yourself. Don't talk about the people. Because my message is not resonating to you because your brains are not equipped enough to understand what we're saying. All you know is to tell the people, say, let small money vote for me. Let small ATM vote for me. When you vote for me, hey, let T-shirt here. My man, go the small ATM. Go eat. If that is the message you're talking about, then you yourself, you got a serious, serious problem as a Liberian. And you're living in America and you're living in a world that's not even okay. Yeah, because you're we are men. Which are the message that we are give the people? You're not equipped, my man. Stop it. Eh? Shame on Liberians. Look at. He said my message is not resonating to anybody in Liberia. Who are you to say that? Who are you to say that? You listen to people making a call, but to you it's not resonating. But because you will never understand it. You will never understand me because you and I are not on the same line. But if you think that Joseph Walker or the George Weah message is resonating with Liberian people, then I give it on you too. So you're only living in Liberia just in America just to satisfy yourself. You see that? So at least I can stop it for them. I can stop there for now. But it's not resonating with Liberian people. That's good. I'm not here to pay them. I'm not here to give them anything to vote. I'm here to tell them exactly what will happen. And so you yourself can just follow me and maybe you'll understand it. So Liberians, this election is very, very important. This election is important. Some of the guys then say we should pay you to vote because they accept that maybe the people didn't pay you. But we're not wasting our time on that. We will say it just as it is. We're not a politician. We're not here to lie to you. We're here to tell you the truth. Whatever you sow is what you will reap. You put pepper, you will get pepper. You put bitter ball, you will get bitter ball. You understand? Okay. So I want to say thank you very much. I got things to do. I think it's time for me to get out. The next time you will hear me will be on Monday. And the other 2 days have been taken away by the other guys from the ANC. So thank you very, very much. But you will hear me on Facebook, you will hear me on YouTube and whatsoever. You can follow us on YouTube. But we know our message is resonating. And if our message was not resonating, I won't be on air by this time. And also, we received a message from True FM. We've been getting good reviews on the station. You know, they got this thing where they usually do their own thing, and we've been having a very good review. But hey, we are only there for the campaign. We are not journalists. We took side already, so that is the real truth. You know. Maybe I think your own statement, maybe you know what you don't know what you're talking about. You've gone far off, my brother. You've gone far off. Far off, far off. And we will never be on the other side. So I know you're Donald Trump, man, but I'm not one of the guys who follow people like that. And so I just made a comparison. Joe Biden is old, and maybe sometimes you don't know now. Let me just give you a little bit of sense, or you can accept it or not. In politics, there's no retirement in politics. One, there's no retirement set, no age set for politics. If your brains cannot function, your body cannot function, it's up to you to decide whether you will continue or not. So it has nothing to do with age. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with age. Let me make you to understand today. But when your body cannot make it, they got some people who is 50 years old and they on lifetime disability. They're walking, but they say who are on disability. You see them walking fine in front of you, but something that's stopping them. So your statement that you just put up and talking about Biden or what the age, no, it's not old. It's not because Joseph Boakai is old. Joseph Boakai has the right to contest. Joe Biden has the right. The oldest president right now in the world, I think if I'm not mistaken, is the Malaysian or Indonesian president. He maybe he gone, he reached 100 years old now because he was 90 something years when they elected him. Once you can function right, that's all matter. But what we are saying that Mr. Boakai is sick, it's clear that he got pacemaker. Dick Cheney could not contest election when George Bush was leaving because when he was vice president, he had a pacemaker. They did an operation, they put a pacemaker, and that's it. And when that thing tried to affect you, they were not going to. Wait, he said this guy in Israel, they just put a pacemaker and they're watching him. If that pacemaker stop him from thinking or operating correctly, they're definitely going to tell him to sit aside. We all know Boakai cannot go into gathering. We know Boakai is on and off. We all know Boakai is sick. We all knows that, and there is nothing. Boakai cannot walk too fast. He got to rest. He can't sit too long. He got to rest. We know that. I'm not a doctor, but that's what happened. Then I said, oh, Joe Biden. I said, Joe Biden, I can see him jogging. They got some people who 80, 90 years old, they jog. They're strong. So when you're talking about old age and not old age, then you far off, my brother. That is not in politics. There is nothing about age in politics. Yeah? All right. So at least you understand that. You know, let me tell you about Talawona Jiba. He's from Lofa County. He been a Joseph Boakai diehard supporter. There is nothing he see wrong with Joseph Boakai. He supports Joseph Boakai because of the counted and the tribe connection. He insulted me before a long time. I blocked him, but I brought him back and he called me. He apologized. He said, I'm a damn cable guy and all kinds of words he used. So he said, I talk too much. It's up to him. Don't worry about him. He will never understand me because he himself cannot tell me what Boakai did. Why we should vote for Boakai, why we should vote for Wea, why we should vote for Mr. Cummings. At least I can tell you why I'm voting for Mr. Cummings. Well, you ask Jiba right now, why are you voting for Joseph Boakai? He will say, oh, Joseph Boakai got experience. Oh, Joseph Boakai working in government for 42 years. Joseph Boakai was vice president. Show me his work. Show me the paper where they say Joseph Boakai one of the best guy and whatsoever. Nothing you can show me. Nothing. So don't worry about Jiba. These are the people that die hard people. Die hard. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, you said Joe Boakai doctor is speaking. That will make me different from you, my brother. Now you call me doctor. I'm not a doctor. And I never diagnosed anything yet on Joseph Boakai. That's some of the dumb attitude you can carry around. The pacemaker came from Joseph Boakai on 50-50. But because some of you fail to follow current events, you fail to follow current events. So you myself, that true, we're not the same. We are not the same. You chose not to understand people. You chose not to follow. You follow because your friends are there. So now you say, look at Joseph Boakai, Dr. Smith. I never diagnosed any sickness on Joseph Boakai. I know Joseph Boakai got pacemaker, and I know what pacemaker is all about. So if you don't know what is pacemaker, then you can go and do your own research. That's all I can tell you. You know, some people are cowards in a way that they can't even tell you who they're supporting. Some of them will be supporting UP, but they're not brave enough to tell you that they're supporting UP. They're pretending, but they're waiting to see. If things go well, then they will come up publicly and say, oh, I'm supporting UP. So they got some people who want to vote for Mr. Cummings, but they're scared because they don't want to lose the job. That one is a different thing. But they got people who they will come to you and say, well, you know, I'm not supporting nobody, but you know, they say, but you know that Cummings, man, you're the Cummings people there, that because of people that y'all need to stick to. No. When you hear any UP man saying that, just stick to supporting Mr. Cummings and just talk about Cummings. You must know that the message you give is hurting them, it's harming them. The mind is willing, but the body is weak. Let me tell you something. Since you want to know, let me play this for you. It's from Mr. Cummings, Mr. Boakai, Vice President. Mr. Boakai, Vice President. Listen to this.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy him paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying him paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, when you win, you run for one term. He said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
Okay, you hear that? That is Mr. Boakai, Vice President, who few months ago, before he was nominated by Mr. Boakai, he said Mr. Boakai is old. I supported Mr. Boakai in 2017. And which is true. Mr. Boakai told everybody that in 2017, he will not contest again when he win the election. And that's it. I supported Boakai in 2017 in the second round. But the Boakai yesterday, the Boakai 2017 is not the same Boakai today. Which is true, Boakai is going down. So, the information that Prince Johnson gave us, that Mr. Boakai will call on Mr. Kun all the time to do the work because the papa is sick. Now, listen to Prince Johnson.
What is your problem? Then you on the radio on me. Hey, my brother, what I do? You gotta change. Because you know your boss cannot cover the whole bed again. We're fighting for you. Equals our mama. Nimba will win at the old battle the park. I will make a paper for Kalusi. Boom, and we did it. We are fighting for you. We're begging you people. If you make the man disgrace, it will be good for you. We are turning to the man against our prayer for you to produce vice president. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can you go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can you go everywhere? No. But I want you to be careful. We are fighting for Nimakan. Ephesians 6:8. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 8. They say, whatever good you do to anyone, it is God who pay you. Because God knows that people you do good to are the very people sometimes who can stab you. So the Lord said, I will take care of it. So for the sake of our country, this man is now, I went through night, sleepless night. I suffered day and night for 4-5 months, making the arrangement. They put Yomi Kanga Lauren one side. She was to be the running mate to the mayor. And Costa there. Today, they push everybody one side and take Kun. Ephesians 6:8. If
I know few days ago, I think I had a...
So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, a good everything good, but the brain.
You see that? Prince Johnson saying that Mr. Bwaka will call on the VP to do the work because the woman is sick. That Prince Johnson saying that Prince Johnson supporting you. Do you know what Prince Johnson looking at? That Mr. Bwaka will not make it. Mr. Kun will end the term of Bwaka and contest 2029. Are we going to be safe under the Bwaka regime? And I will tell you, if Mr. Bwaka president today, all the noise people causing today that are causing George Weah, you can't do it under the Bwaka regime because they will go after you. Because Prince Johnson will be there. Prince Johnson don't care. Prince Johnson don't have to travel. Prince Johnson, all he can tell people is, I'm forced to go to America. If I'm forced to go, no country, I will stay right in Liberia, die in Liberia. He think he will die a nice death because he killed a lot of people. Then you got General Butt Naked. Now Prophet Pastor Bly, member of the UP, spiritual advisor now to Mr. Bwaka. Yes, Prophet Bly, Butt Naked. Y'all don't know that? Y'all don't know? Hold on 1 minute, please. Okay, so guys, we are preparing to hit the ground. It's a hard thing, oh, it's hard. Especially when you're a family man, it's hard. You got to sacrifice. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for all the support and everything. Yes, my ball Kuri. What's up? Yep, you are right. You are right, Kuri. You are right 100%. You are 100% right. Yeah. We're not going to listen to them. We're not going to spend our time and yep. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That stuff you gave me is already been packed. That's the first thing I got in the bag. And we got a lot of things. We got things here to take with us. Communication. We got other stuff. Yep. We're going prepared, man. I think my security boss is here. All they want going. Everything going in there. This one I got my plate. I put in the bag. I put on my damn thing. You gotta be prepared because somebody can stay from somewhere. Yep. And someone help us at least just in case or what the thing is excess baggage. At least we clear that side. But we're still looking for all the little small 5 cents, 10 cents and whatsoever. Yep. And then You got a lot of things, man. The internet. I got to make sure I get a 1 month internet first. And our friend Siafa, one of the strongest guys to doing it for us, helping us a lot. But there are a lot of people like you, Corey, and other people who doing it. We appreciate it. Thanks for that projector. It will help us a lot. And I got a bullhorn that take a chip. They got a nice megaphone, very big one. It come with this Bluetooth, and also you can take the SD card. So what I did, I got all the comments, speeches, and whatsoever. So you just put it in there and you just play it. Yeah, yeah, yep. Oh yes, yeah. I got that one. Forget it. Trust me. In fact, I got that one in Liberia. Stay waiting. I got it in Liberia. You know, when I went Liberia the other time, I left most of my stuff there. I never brought anything. In fact, I never brought anything with me. I came with an empty suitcase and just brought things with me, but I never. So all I want. But there are a lot of strategy we want to use to protect ourselves back home. And I will tell you, I can't expose it on Facebook. But people who talk to me, I tell them use this strategy and it work. It worked for them, and use the strategy and it work for them. It will work for you. You got to be very careful with your surrounding in Liberia. You got to be very, very careful. Not everybody that's smart with you are your friends. So be very careful. Don't make them feel bad, but be very careful and open your eyes and look. You got to be smart. Look at them. See. If you like drinking, don't drink. If you like to hang out, know where to hang out. All my friends, when I went it last time, most people don't know that I drink. People don't know. But to see me in a gathering and drinking, it's hard. There are a lot of people don't know I drink. People don't know. But when I sit to the house and friends they come and visit, I take a shot with you and I take a beer with you or whatsoever, but I know how to hold the bottle too much. When I take it, I drop the bottle down and I start moving. Yeah. And move majestically. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it is what it is. We got to fight. We'll continue. We'll win. We will win. We're not just talking about winning, but we're doing the work. We will win. We will win, my people. We will win. Y'all take care now. I love you all. I love my country, Liberia. And yeah, thanks. You gotta do it together. You gotta hang in there together. And you gotta make it right together. That Liberia will rise again. Liberia will rise again. That we can go back home and do our little cool water business. We can go Liberia home and do our small little tire shop. And we will create job. And, oh yeah. That's it, my man, Curry. That I'm telling you, look, we just gotta be careful in Liberia. It's a sad thing that I was on my way home the other day from my sister place when I lost my mom. It was around, I left the house around 1 o'clock. So I said I would go because all the time when I go home, I take Canosville and then go through Looking Town, Jamaica Road, through Looking Town. But I decided to pass through Broad Street. I enter from Crown Hill. I couldn't believe it. So I said, okay. I drove all the way up to Duka, turn around. The place like a ghost camp. Nobody hang out easily on Broad Street. You could find a small, you find a few people. I said, what? I can't believe it. Then I decided to go across the bridge. The place is quiet. Then I took in Looking Town. While going in Looking Town, man, I saw the crowd in Looking Town in some kind of little shop going towards Carwell. I thought something happened, but I was a small boot. Everybody just gathered there, police will walk, everybody just drinking. Oh Lord, oh pleasure. And as you come in, they just open the way and I had just passed through. I said, what? Damn it. Liberia, I hope we get it right. I hope we get it right. But take care. Bye.